Skull elongation is an ancient and fascinating ritual that has transcended the boundaries of time and space, a practice shared among distant cultures, from the pre-Columbian civilizations of Central America to those of Egypt, stretching to China and even Australia. This practice may not just be a complex ceremonial endeavor but could also hint at the existence of an ancient people or even signify the presence of a civilization with extraterrestrial origins. Today, we will delve into one of archaeology's most intriguing enigmas, the dolichocephalic skulls discovered in various parts of the world, investigating the meaning of these findings and why they continue to inspire research and imagination among scholars. The scientific term for this condition is dolichocephaly. The skulls found in different parts of the world with this particular shape have been, in most cases, molded through the practice of skull binding, a process known as cranial deformation. This procedure was performed on the skulls of newborns, significantly flexible at birth and for several months afterward, making it possible to shape their form through the application of bands or cords around the head, along with the use of boards placed behind and sometimes in front of the skull, gradually altering its shape. The period required for this modification generally varied from 6 months to 3 years. According to scholars, skull elongation could have various meanings. In some cultures, it was a symbol of high social status, used to distinguish members of an elite or a particular ethnic group. In others, it was considered a beauty trait, making those who possessed it more desired. Some theories suggest that this practice was linked to specific rites and religious beliefs. In 1928, Julio Tello, one of Peru's leading archaeologists, discovered a large and elaborate cemetery on the Paracas Peninsula, revealing massively elongated skulls with unique characteristics, a cranial volume greater than 25% compared to the norm and an average weight over 60% higher than contemporary human skulls from the same area. These features suggest a more complex and mysterious reality behind the practice of skull elongation. Recent DNA studies on the Paracas skulls demonstrate that they were not related to any population in Peru, suggesting the existence of a civilization predating the Chavan. These findings challenge the notion that cranial deformation was merely a consequence of ritual practices, suggesting instead that it could be a genetic trait of an ancient population. In Egypt, the pharaoh Akhenaten, known for his androgynous appearance and elongated skull, as well as his wife Nefertiti and their daughters, exhibited unusual physical characteristics. Some researchers have hypothesized that Akhenaten suffered from a particular pathology, Marfan syndrome, which could explain his physical features. Dolichocephalic skulls have been found on almost all continents of the Earth, with the earliest evidence dating back to the remains of Mustiriand and Shanidar in Iraq, dated between 300,000 and 30,000 years ago. This suggests that the alleged practice of intentionally shaping the form of infants' skulls existed since prehistoric times. Could the pre-Columbian civilizations, the Egyptian civilization, and many other cultures have an ancient common origin? The hypotheses are multiple, and some researchers believe that the elongated skull individuals were an ancient people endowed with wisdom and knowledge, whose origins are lost in the depths of time. Others, however, propose that these dolichocephalic individuals are evidence of ancient contact between humans and extraterrestrial civilizations. This theory is fueled by various findings and historical testimonies that seem to suggest the existence of an ancient people with very particular physical characteristics, spread across different parts of the world. For instance, the ancient traditions of various cultures tell of deities or superior beings who came from the sky and imparted advanced knowledge to humans or who ordered skull deformation as a symbol of belonging or devotion. In South America, the presence of elongated skulls follows a geographical path from the mining areas southeast of Lake Titicaca, in Bolivia, to the city of Cajamarca, in northern Peru. This path seems to coincide with what is called the path of Viracocha, the creator god in Inca mythology, suggesting a link between this practice and ancient spiritual or religious traditions. The hypothesis of an extraterrestrial origin of dolichocephalic skulls is further strengthened by some scientists and researchers who have analyzed the DNA of these skulls, finding genetic anomalies that hardly relate to known human populations. Although the definitive results of these researches have not yet been made public, anticipation grows around the possibility that they may provide new evidence to support this theory. It is important to stress, however, that the scientific community remains divided on the interpretation of these findings. Many scholars insist on interpreting the data in light of current anthropological, historical, and genetic knowledge, cautioning against hasty conclusions or speculations not supported by concrete evidence. In conclusion, the existence of dolichocephalic skulls in different parts of the world remains one of the most fascinating and mysterious enigmas of archaeology and human history. Whether it be a widespread cultural practice, a genetic trait of an unknown ancient population, or evidence of contacts with extraterrestrial civilizations, it is clear that this tradition held significant importance for our ancestors, enough to spread across the world and be passed down to modern times. Only further research and studies may perhaps unveil the secrets behind these fascinating findings and offer new perspectives on the complex history of humanity. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to the channel.